Welcome to the Weekly Word. One passage that I'm really blessed by is Hebrews 11:21, which says, "By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph, bowing in worship over the head of his staff." This may sound strange that I would consider this so special unless you understand the significance of this passage in the context of Jacob's life. He was a self-made man. Even from the womb, as he clung onto his older brother's heel as his mother gave birth, his mom aptly called him Jacob, which means heel grabber, or better, a go-getter. In his later years, though he was the second born, he wanted to be first. And so he stole the birthright and then deceived his father from the blessings that was meant for his older brother. There came a time when no amount of deceiving and manipulating could get him out of his dire situation. He was up against a wall and he had no way out. His brother, who wanted him dead when Jacob fled many years earlier, was now on his way to see him with 500 men as Jacob was returning home. How would this situation go? It was then that Jacob met God. He literally wrestled with God, clinging to him until God would bless him. God in this encounter blessed him by changing his name to Israel, which means one who struggles with God and prevails. But God gave him something that he did not expect. God touched his hip socket, causing his hip to come out of joint, bringing great pain and making him limp. The result of this encounter is seen in Genesis 32:31. It says, "The sun rose upon him as he passed through Peniel, limping because of his hip." It would appear that God did two important things through this encounter. First, we clearly see God gave Jacob a new identity from a deceiver to one who prevails with God. Secondly, and strangely, we see God crippling him. How is this a blessing? The beauty is seen in our passage in Hebrews 11:21. While it can't be said definitively, it appears from this encounter that he bore this limp through the rest of his life, which is seen in him later bowing in his staff in worship. The significance of God's encounter is this: there's no real blessing without brokenness. This may sound strange to those who aren't familiar with God's ways, but it is vital to understand. From Hebrews 11:21, you get a sense of a man who is completely unrecognizable from his younger years, who clawed and fought for everything that he received, to a man who was humble, meek, and broken as he leaned on his staff, prophesying in faith about what will become of his descendants. The truth is, God's blessings sometimes come in disguise. What will help you to understand God's hidden work in your life is when you come to understand that while He does love to bless His children in every way, He is more interested in our holiness and our spiritual transformation than in our comfort and happiness. I hope this is encouraging to you as you seek to know the work of God in your life.